Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, I make tutorials for RPG Maker. Today we are making a tutorial regarding a day-night cycle. So to start this, we have a common event which is listed as number 22 on mine, but you can put it wherever you like. For most of them, you don't really need to do much else as far as the trigger and switch are concerned, but this has been the exception to the rule as far as things go. So what we're going to do with this is that we're going to switch the trigger. Instead of none, it is going to have a parallel process, and the control switch for this I have listed as control switch 97, which is time CS, which is just time control switch, just for my own sake, just to remember that. And this control switch needs to be activated either at the start of the game, or if you want to have it go on and off, you can make a book or note or something or another to be able to turn this on and off at will. This is a very small but effective common event. It is set up to run twice every second, although you can probably adjust this to however much you want as far as its time span. There are 60 frames per second. Again, it runs in a 30 frame cycle, although it is not recommended that you run this every frame, otherwise you will probably experience slowdowns similar to other things I've discussed in other tutorials as far as having the frequency being too high. So to start this, it starts at label 1, which is just the reset button effectively for this common event. The control variables, which is time variable, it adds 30 to that variable, which means it adds 30 frames. Then it is told to wait 29 frames. The reason we tell it to wait 29 frames is that the control variable itself takes up 1 frame of time, so for whatever duration you choose for this common event, you need to subtract 1 from the wait time on the frames. Otherwise it will be off slightly, and it is noticeable. Then I have this conditional branch here. If the time variable has reached 30 minutes worth of frames, that the control variable will then switch back to 0, then jump back to label 1, which resets it, and then it just cycles another 30 frames, then jumps back. It keeps doing this over and over again. For interior environments such as this inn, it will do nothing as far as changing the environment, as I have set it to the same dim lighting. However, when we go outside into an exterior environment, I have it set up so that there is a parallel process running. There are 2 conditional branches here, one just in case time CS is off for the control switch. If that is off, then I just have it defaulted to just regular daylight mode. Then I have inside, if it is on, a conditional branch that has one setting for when the screen is meant for daytime, so that's before it reaches the halfway point. Then after it reaches the halfway point, I have it so that it now has nighttime as far as its cycle is concerned. In addition, weather effects are also in this event as well, just so that I have them in one place and it is easier to regulate. In addition to weather effects, you can also do this to control lighting effects as well. As noted, at the 15-minute mark, give or take, for the lights on Shorehaven's beach side, the lights will turn on so that they are lit up during the night. That should about do it for this tutorial. Hopefully you found this informative and helpful. Good luck on your projects and happy hunting.